because
It says we're recording. So, okay, so based on, this is the first.
The light. Okay, all right.
So there were a couple things about this show, and I'm gonna do some writing about this show because it's important to me that I write about it. I mean, I think it's important to people that follow me, but
I'm listening.
no, it's fine. So I really enjoyed going to the Encaustic conference. And one of the things that I liked about going to the Encaustic conference was actually the shop was actually shopping for Encaustic supplies, like all in one place at one time. So basically you had RNF, Encausticos, and Miles Conrad paints in one little room. And I felt like I could really see and compare colors of paints and really, and then I honestly like feel like I used up about 60% of the paint that I bought. So I'm really happy that like so I kind of like, so when I was getting ready for my show, I was in there and I was like, oh, I don't even know if I'm afraid of that color or whatever. And I was just like, no, you bought it. Yeah. You need to use it. Like you spend money on it. Like, so I just like forced myself to use, especially the Miles Conrad paints. I cannot, oh my God, amazing.
Really? Wow.
Amazing. I'm gonna write a huge long testimony about how much and paint colors that I would never have
picked. Are you talking about the oil pigments, or are you talking about the
encaustic paint?
The encaustic.
Yeah. So the reason that I've liked that person now, Miles, the reasons I like Miles's paint is that they're already pretty translucent. So do you know, I'm always saying add medium, add medium, add medium, add medium. So in my mind, that brand of paint is much more just in sync with my style and my color. And so I just love it because I think that there's a lot less pigment in those paints and a lot more medium.
I love what you've been posting. I mean, that one that you sold, that was beautiful. And that's
yeah.
That was with the Miles Conrad paint.
That was that was a mixture, but no, that was from actually a series I did last year.
Oh wow.
But no, but that was a good one. Yeah, no, that was a really good one. And that picture I took at the Vermont workshop. So but this year, so I have the new paint, and then I have the Wayne paper, the whatever. What is it? Tengucho, yeah. Tengucho.
I did get some of that, and I was going to try a little bit out today. Tengucho, yeah. Great.
So I love the Tengucho, but I just wanted to tell you one thing. That's why I started talking about this. I don't like store-bought tissue paper. You have to be careful because what I found is that when you put wax over it, it looks like it's sticking, but it's not. It's not letting the wax go through it. And so if you heat it up too much, it's going to burn, like catch on fire. And then if you scrape it, it's going to scrape right off.
Okay, well, that's good because you had mentioned not to use the cheap tissue paper. I'm going to do some.
Yeah, don't use the cheap tissue paper.
Yeah, I've got some that I can't tell if it's it wasn't cheap to buy, but I don't know if it's the good tissue paper.
No, and the Tenguchi stays on. It goes on really nice. It stays on. You do have to be, of course, careful scraping it because if you catch it, it'll just rip right off.
Oh, so thin.
Right.
Yeah, so anyway, if we have time, I may do a couple little tests with you. If not, there's quite a bit to out here. Okay. Well, and also, so I've got some very thin rice papers that I'm treating more like a tissue paper.
Yeah, and they should all be the good rice paper. I think what it is with the cheap paper is it's either coated with something, or it has some either chemical solution. It has something on it that is preventing it from being absorbed into the wax.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I'm actually taking notes once I get going. I mean, I know, but I still, I always take notes, but it's much better to have the recording.
Yeah, and wait, but listen, like I think it was you that did you enjoyed making the backgrounds with the other artists.
I love doing that.
Right, so if you're putting that cheap tissue paper into the background, I think that is fine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think that is fine because you're gluing it to the board.
Right, exactly.
What I'm talking about is that embedding layer where you're like, it's like you're up, you know. Every time I think about this, I always laugh because I think about the Shel Silverstein poem about the girl on this with the pancakes, and she's stacking, and she goes, "Oh, there's a huge stack of pancakes like this," and she goes, "I want the one in the middle."
Right.
You know what I mean? So I always think about that. I think about the stack of pancakes, like, okay, wait, I want that one. So I think that every material has its place. So, and if you use the tissue paper at the back with the glue, you're totally fine. And I think that's what you said you liked. So
I love it, and I haven't gotten back to it because I'm hungry, but I'm just excited about this whole new way of doing it. But I did get some of oh, what is it? It's not Yes Paste, but a Curated Nest. She's selling stuff where you can make your own glue. That's
okay.
Anyway, I got it. It's cheaper. So
cool.
Let me show you what I'm going to try and reproduce basically what you did last time to make sure I got it. Okay. So I painted a board, and I'm going to wax it now because part of it is I want to make sure I was just not good at waxing. I noticed it. You know, we talked about this before, but I just thought this is a good time for you to check my technique. Hold on. I think this will stick. Can you? Oh, you don't see that.
You gotta go down a little bit. Yeah, there you go. That's good.
Okay.
All right. So you painted the board black with gesso?
Black. Yeah, it's encaustic gesso. And okay, so then I'll just go ahead and do my. I either get too much or not a little, and my strokes aren't good. You see, like they're little bubbles on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That's fairly normal. I mean, that's fairly normal for a first coat. I mean, because you have to remember you're going over air, and the air is, so just start, switch your direction.
Okay. Well, and I did get that cool tool that you mentioned, that the big one.
Oh yeah, I just posted about it again. Everybody was like, "What is that?" So I put all the.
It was fantastic, and the Amazon had it.
Oh, Amazon had it. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Oh, yes. Oh my God, that thing has revolution. Oh my God, I love that.
Well, and this is a little piece, but I can see there's so many bubbles. I don't think it's covering. I'm not sure.
No, I would keep going. I mean, I would keep going. There's no. You can actually. Well, once you have two layers on like that, you can go ahead and fuse those, and then if you're still not happy with it, then do another layer. I mean, I wouldn't be happy with that, but my work looks like that too. I mean, that shit just happens. You're not alone. Like that's not. You're not alone in this.
I have to hold it because the heat gun is holding the computer.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Actually, I think I'm going to spread it with, or smooth it out with the other one, because this one's so. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's not enough wax on.
No, do another coat of wax. Yeah.
Okay, just on that corner. Okay.
Well, yeah. I mean, the other corner looks thicker for sure.
Now that's really thicker. Okay.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, and maybe add a little bit to the other side so it's kind of.
Yeah. Okay. So it's just strange. I just haven't gotten the waxing.
Yeah, that looks nice.
Okay, that's really thick. Okay, so.
Yeah, but it's fine because you're not really worried about. You're just trying to get something nice and even and flat.
Oh, wait. Yeah, exactly. You know, like a lot of this, you know, it's like, oh, I got to go back to the beginning again. Anyway, it's just.
No, but the basics are, I mean, the basics are the basics. It's always good.
Yeah, well, that's why I thought, you know, you might as well check how I'm doing.
Oh, use your new tool.
Okay. I could almost do the whole thing.
Yeah, that's going to be, and then rotate the panel. I would rotate the panel.
Okay. Because when you embed, it has to be really smooth, right?
Yeah.
my stuff is getting so much smoother. I struggle so
I still
much.
think you need like another 2 coats. So I would just keep adding wax until you really get it smooth. I would continue this process, and I see how the middle, like the middle is so much thicker.
Yeah,
Yep.
because that's where they're, well, I missed this little thing here. That's where they overlapped.
Yep, that looks better. And I'll do.
I'm gonna go the other way, yeah. Because I tend to keep putting wax on like this because I don't know, it doesn't seem to really adhere. So you were saying, I think, is it Lorraine Glasner?
Yeah.
It's very thin, but I don't know. I just can't get it to smooth out.
She's very thin. I mean, but she's also not working on black. I mean, I don't know. I think the black working on the dark background is gonna make you see everything more. It's just gonna pop everything. But that's fine. Yeah.
Okay, so
yeah, it looks like you're getting more off on your scraper now too. Now that can go back in the pot if you want to recycle that.
Well, still pretty warm. I made you a smaller brush just down right here. It looks like.
Looks pretty smooth. I mean, I can visually see where it looks different, but it looks.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, and I would fuse it one more time because you can close up a bunch of those
these things.
Air bubbles. Yeah.
I'm just going to do a little. I see where it's really just right down here. There. Okay. Okay. Fuse it. Hang on. This is my. I think I'll be able to get this smooth now. All right, here we go. I don't know. Sometimes I think I can control. It takes longer, but I can control it better with the other one.
Well, switch tools. You don't have to do one tool the whole time. I mean, yeah, now switch tools.
Because I
this one for me that I don't love the loop in it. I don't know why, but I'm kind of lopsided anyway, so I need to stay as straight as possible.
Oh, well, I just find it, I can get the ridges better, and I can cover, if it's warm enough, I can cover the bubbles. Can I just cover the bubbles? Yeah, I can see whether it's smoothing out.
Yep.
Better.
Yeah, that looks nice. Did you just make a little hole in the center?
Well, yeah.
I think you just made.
I did, yeah.
So yeah, you can lay that down if you have a razor blade and brush it and scrape it in, or just brush, just add over it.
I'll just do a little bit right here. Ouch, ow, oh, that's hot wax. Okay. I should have done this before, but actually this is good because I need to get this technique down better.
No, that looks good. Yeah, that looks good. I mean, the only other thing I can see is that one little corner
up here. Yeah, it's kind of messy. Okay. I don't know. It's just been a tough couple of weeks. It was just really, I try and work on something and I say, oh, I don't like this. So I get stuck. That's why, I'm hoping, I want you to see what I've done, because I don't like them, but I know I'm stuck, and I'm not quite sure which way to go yet.
All right.
Okay. Let's see. I still did it.
It's being so stubborn, that little corner.
Yeah. Just drip it.
Yeah, just let it cool down for a second.
Okay. All right. So
it's gonna do the same thing.
It's just been hard because I thought, oh, you know, I could be printing and I'll go ahead on this, and that didn't work. And then I didn't like what I was, you know, fixing things I was doing. It's like, okay.
Well, that's why I like to work on a lot of, I mean, you know, my strategy. I like to work on a lot of pieces, and I like to take none of them seriously.
Well, I've got a lot.
Got to prove. I feel like they've got to prove themselves for me to take. You know, they've got to. Well, and I work so process oriented, like I collage a bunch, and then I do like what you're doing. I just focus on base coats, and then you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that might be helpful for you because I sometimes hear you say that you get frustrated. So.
Well, I have things at different stages, but anyway, it's just, you know, sometimes it just gets stuck. All right, how are we going to move forward? All right. This is clean now. Let's see if I can get that going.
Yeah, that looks good. Now, see, I'm just giving it a time to cool. I like to fuse things and set them aside, and then like wax another one.
Wax something, yeah. Well, we could talk about something else then.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
It just helps the wax not be so finicky.
Yeah.
It's being fussy with you right now. It just shouldn't be like that.
Okay, that should be good. Okay. So so now that's nice and warm. So I could just put this, I cut out this flat. Believe it or not, there are no magazines where I live. I went to the grocery store to buy a magazine.
Oh, I know. I know. It's crazy. I know. So you have to go to Barnes and Noble. You have to go to Barnes and Noble or like a bookstore.
Yeah. Well, anyway, which is like an hour away. So I went to old National Geographic, and I got this picture.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Bergamot that's under UV light.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah. And I like it with the black. That's cool.
Well, that's why, yeah. So I just did this just before you came on. I was cutting it.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
So I'm just pushing it down with my fingers.
Yeah.
Okay, now I have, let me get my rats. I have a spoon, and I'll burn it, try and burnish it a little bit, although some wax on a spoon. The wax is going here.
Yeah, you can burnish it with a spoon, or even a little wood tool.
Okay. Oh, that would have been good. Okay. Well, this is.
Or even a credit card.
Okay.
Oh my God, I once did during COVID. I did this class on like using stuff in your like drawer as art. Yeah, like using like household supplies as art supplies.
Okay, now, so that's done. So I give it one more layer of wax.
Yep, you're gonna go over it with a clear coat. Yep.
Okay.
And I don't know if I don't know if that big brush is helping you.
I'm looking for a smaller brush.
Yeah, I think medium-sized brush or a small. I think that big brush is a lot of wax to handle. I just think it's.
Yeah, it feels better.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah. This is enough here. So now do I turn it and put another one or just leave one coat?
Do you feel like it's covered?
No, I don't think it'll stick.
So if you have magazines sticking up, you want to cover the whole I'd rather that you were thinning it out in post rather than not having it enough.
Okay. And I think I remember you telling me to have a light touch. If I push too hard,
Yeah. Don't push too hard because then you just get too many brush strokes. I mean, I like it. I feel like you do one more stroke on that side.
Yeah. Yep.
Your left side.
You better do it from this end because this one, there's so much.
Well, do it from the top.
Do it from the top? Okay.
Yeah, because that's where you're missing.
Okay.
Yeah, right from, yes, exactly. Perfect. Yeah, perfect. Beautiful. Yeah, really good.
Let it cool, cool. Okay.
Yeah, let it cool.
So while that's cooling, I wanted to show you, oh, well, they're different things. This is just some other things that I'm thinking of testing. This has several coats of encaustic on here. So
Yeah, I love that.
and this is it's not, it doesn't feel like the cheap tissue paper, but I don't, it's
No,
not,
it looks like a nice napkin, like a quality napkin.
yeah, it's not a napkin. It is tissue paper, like what you would do to put in a bag for a gift, you know. And then this is a very thin rice paper with leaves embedded. So I thought, okay, I'll try those. And then the other thing, let's see, I thought I'd play with is this is rice. This is a rice paper, I think, from Thailand. Some rice paper with silver. This is, I don't know what this is, but it's very thin. And this is actually a napkin. Like took the ply apart. So I thought, well, I'll just, you know, and this also has wax coating underneath. So I thought I'd do the layers with those and see what holds.
Okay.
And the other thing, let's see, this is pretty warm now. I think I could play with it.
Okay, cool. It's better.
Yeah, it's
hard. Yeah, and it looks, you can tell too when the wax sort of starts to clear up a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. So let me I found that if this is dirty, it
no, I know. I've been using my hot plate to clean my tools. I can't use, especially that big scraper. You gotta clean it.
Yeah, I usually just leave that on the hot plate, but for some reason I have to clean the inside of this one, so it doesn't work so well on the. Let me get this back. Okay, so, and I kind of like this because, like here, there's wax, a little wax missing along that edge, but.
You can always use like a smaller paintbrush too and add wax specifically to little areas.
Oh, actually, I do have.
Yeah.
Paper.
Like there's no rules about how big the brush has to be.
Oh, should I fuse this or did I can't remember, did I fuse this one?
I think you fused it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, now you have to check in the video.
I have to what?
I was just joking. I was like,
go back on the video. Okay.
We definitely still have a recording though. That's a positive thing.
Yeah, and I see the light. I'll keep checking. The red light is still on, so we're good. We should be good. Let's see. Okay. Okay.
That looks pretty.
It does. Now, what I'd like to do when I finish smoothing it is put, I think you put some Tangucho over the flower one that you showed me in the video. So I thought it, you know, I could.
Oh yeah, that cute little piece I made. I know I might even show that. I made 3 more little ones like that. I know that was really cute.
Yeah, I was almost going to ask you if you could just do the whole demonstration again. I thought, you know,
we can do it. You know what? I can take half of our next meeting and do it.
Well, let's see if I
get
the hang of this then. But with the Tangucho that you put over it, did you have anything printed on it? Or was it just, you know, just by itself?
No, I had a photo printed on it.
Yeah, see, I don't have that, but that's okay. I'll just put it over and see.
Are you going to try the Tangucho in your new printer?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
And wait, did Wayne say that he uses a feeder paper for that one or no?
I was gonna add the carrier paper. I didn't ask him about that. What do you, oh, you don't.
I don't do it, but I don't do it.
Oh, he printed it for you. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm still like wimpy.
I think it'll be okay if I got some artist tape. I think if yeah, all right. Yeah, I'm glad I forgot that he had printed it for you, so you don't know if you can send it through. Well, anyway, I just thought I'd put a little bit down just to see, you know, how it softens the picture, maybe add some color.
Yeah.
Or I could just wait until I can print. Maybe I'll just wait till I can print it. But that's good, thanks. I will ask him. I have the carrier paper that people are using, I guess, so I got that.
What are that people using for the carrier paper?
It's Epson presentation matte.
Oh, okay.
So
what weight is that paper?
Yeah, it sounds like presentation. I thought it was like a cardstock. It's not. It's a little heavier than regular paper, but it's thinner than I would have thought.
Ah.
But that's apparently that's one.
Is it like 190 or one? Is it?
I have to check.
Well, you can email me. I'll ask you.
Yeah, I will. I can't remember, but some people were saying this is. Oh, I think it was Jody Cobb had taken what's her name's thing, and she showed a way that you can put on archival paper that's very, very thin. That and how you attach it to the presentation paper. So I thought, well, I should be able to do the same thing with the Tanguccio. I mean, it should be.
Yeah.
And I'll let you know too, because
okay,
it might be something that down the line you want to try. But look,
I know.
I will.
I know. Yeah. No, I definitely love it. I mean, I definitely love it as part of as the work.
I mean, I'm already, you know, I just love this idea of having layers, and
and layers with space in between them.
Yeah,
it's like layers with space. That's the thing.
Okay. All right. So I think now there's some holes here. It's not.
Oh, that's so pretty. You did a great job with that. That's beautiful. It looks totally smooth. Beautiful.
It does feel so. Well,
it looks great.
I mean, I loved what you did with the other one, and I wanted
if you wanted to really you could fuse it very, very, very gently one more time.
Okay.
You wanted it to be even a little bit more like smooth, flat, but I like it. I don't feel like you would need to.
Okay. Well, I'm going to put it aside for now, and then afterwards I'll very lightly fuse, very lightly scrape, and then I'll put aside until I get the Tanguccio paper thing set up.
Yeah, I mean, you could even take the Tanguccio though, and you could just draw on it. Like if you wanted to add a word, you can trace, you can use the Tanguccio, you could trace a flower. Like you don't always have to be using a photographic image.
And that's a good idea.
You could trace like you just showed me those little symbols like Tibetan language or inspirational words.
Yeah. Okay, that's right. I'm not totally dependent on the printer for now.
No, okay. I don't feel like, as an artist, we should, I mean, especially once you're mixing media, mix all the media you can.
Well, when I write on the Tanguccio, I can use just a regular pencil, like a graphic.
I would use a pencil. I would use a pen. I just depends what you want it to look like. Okay. I mean, I think that there are so many mark making tools. You have to like the tool, I mean, it's a big difference between, ink, a pencil, a marker, you know what I mean? Just like whatever. I mean, I always have a handful of writing utensils.
Well, actually, speaking of that, one of the things I wanted you to look at, because I'm stuck with, I like the look of this new pen that I got.
Okay.
I'll find the name of it. But why don't you go to my email and I'll show
Okay,
you.
I'm gonna switch out of here. I'm gonna go share screen. I'll go to your email.
Okay, and then
I think I already pulled it up.
okay, so so if you go to the second picture first.
This one?
Yeah. Okay, somebody in the painting with fire, you know.
That's so funny. I literally just painted a painting with these colors in it.
Are you kidding? I don't,
I love these colors.
I never use them, but once I got into it, I thought it's cool.
I love these colors. I love peach and green and light blue. Oh my God.
Wow. Well, this seems more orange but anyway, so.
Oh my gosh, so pretty.
I can't remember who painted with fire, but she was talking about, it's what to do with pictures that don't work. So she did this thing where take a picture of it and put it into Google reverse image.
Oh, okay.
So this was one of the reverse images, and it had to do with color.
Okay.
And I thought, wow, I don't like those colors, but I like that picture.
Yeah.
So then I just did a test thing with the colors, just fooling around. And do you see the black? That was the pen. Oh, I can get the name of the pen.
Oh, this black line. I like this black line.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it.
Stronger than I was thinking. So I'm a little afraid to do it, but okay, if you go to the first picture I sent you, it's this one. Okay.
Oh yeah, we talked. Oh my gosh, I love where this is going.
Well, you said,
I love circles.
And I thought, okay, I'll take, I'll tone that down more like the bluey green here. And then I changed that, I think. And for some reason, I wanted to have this blue owl. I wanted to pick up the blue down here. So that part I like.
I think that the stencils are the only thing that are throwing me off on this. And I don't care if you use them, and I don't care if they stay there. I just think they're the wrong color.
Oh, they're still the wrong color.
I still think they're the wrong color. I still think they should. I think that there is that they can be there, but I think they should be the exact same color as the orange circle.
Oh, is the orange? Oh, I thought you were saying pick up the blue green.
No, I mean, no, I think that this shape, I don't think this shape should have anything obstructing it or the foreground.
Okay.
So I think you can leave the stencils there though, and I would just you can put whatever color this orange semicircle is or circle is, just blend them so that they're that same color. I mean, they'll be interesting because they'll be there, but they'll be like quieter. They'll be more uniform.
Well, the other thing was I did scrape back. I did a glaze over both of them, and I pulled back so that you could see more of the features, but I think it's still not quite enough because they're so dark. So that
they look good. I think that your figures look good. I actually really like the sort of opposite technique that you used on them, because they're opposites, right? One is positive and one is a negative. And I think that it's really working for you how you handled that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I think that that the opposite, like, these figures being black, so to speak, and these ones being light, I think this is working.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think everything in this is working. I feel like this dark blue is just
too strong.
It's too distracting. It's too strong. So, I mean, you can leave it there. Again, same thing. Like,
tone it down.
Just tone it down. Yeah. It's about the push and pull. So, like, make it go back. Put a little bit of the light blue on top of it.
Okay. So these two stencils should be this orange, not a different color.
I think anything that's inside this orangey space should stay that color.
All right. And then I put in, with their air bubbles, I put in, and I'm not sure I like them, so I was thinking I would just color over them. The black.
I love the air bubbles. I'm all about air bubbles.
Okay. Now
I'm all about pigment stick in holes, and
I love doing it.
It really makes me. I mean, why bother using the wax if that's not one of the things I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that's everything for me.
Okay.
I mean, otherwise I could be painting with freaking acrylic. You know, like, why am I bothering using wax if it's not, you know, that's the best part for me.
Cool. Yeah, I love that. I love
this piece is really cool. I mean, I really do think it's working now because, and especially, I really feel like the orange is because it's so much more opaque than the yellowy, more lighter one. It just definitely feels like closer and farther away.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that. But the other thing in terms of composition that bothers me is I made a mistake where I placed the figures, so it just feels weighted down.
Well, wait, let me show you one thing I might think about doing. So hang on, let me see it. So I like to use at the end of almost every piece, I like to go into it with pigment sticks, right? So technically what I would probably want to do is use some graphite gray.
Oh, right. Okay.
And I would just reduce this shape. So
where?
Well, it's about positive and negative space. So I would just reduce this shape.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay.
Just because and then it's like becomes almost like a, you know, like just a little, and then, I mean, and you could even go a little slightly outside of that too.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just very gently, because and also because you use so much of like a monotone color with this orange, like it could be, you know, you could use this almost like shaded like that too, right? Where you're, I mean, maybe this is even too exaggerated, but you're doing something like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the same thing with this one.
Oh, so it's giving it some shape too.
Well, it's just conforming a little bit to the shape that it's in. It's like because it's cut out and it has, you know, it's just see, like, it's just blending it. It's making it look more, first of all, it's helping the circles look more three-dimensional. And second of all, it's connecting them so that it doesn't look like it's just stuck on there. Like, I like to think about how nature things grow together and then they kind of like morph. Like, have you ever noticed like when a tree somehow manages to like pop up in between cracks in the concrete and like have a deformed stump, and it goes out and it goes up, but it doesn't, it just fits the space, right?
Yeah.
So I kind of feel like you have a little bit of that going on here, where you can add just a little bit of graphite gray, because you're, you know, the reason I love the graphite gray is because I use silver photographs, right? Or gray, black and white toned, gray, you know, gray toned pictures. So the graphite gray to me just sort of like helps me create the shape, the complementary shapes and forms for the
I see. Yeah.
With the color, right? So it kind of helps me go back and forth, push and pull between. But like now too, I don't know why, but like they both look like this one. They look like fish. They look like the Pisces. It reminds me of the Pisces symbol.
I have a Pisces friend. Maybe I should give.
But do you see the fish here? Like really, I really see it. I really see it in this one.
Yeah,
it looks like the eye. That's the eye. That's the mouth, and that's the tail.
Oh, that is so cool.
It's so cool. It's really beautiful. I mean, I really like this piece. I mean, I like it without the gray too, but I think just a little bit of the graphite gray. And again, it's almost like another, it's like an oval. They almost become like eyeballs. Okay. Cool. All right. You want more? Are you good with this one?
Yeah, no, that's good. Oh, I guess my other question was, because we were looking at the color scheme on that and those black marks. Is it too much to put like that green in there, or just leave the color I have on here now?
Which green? Green, gold?
No, well, no, the green and the first picture we looked at, because I was playing with the green and
that color palette.
A little bit of plain white.
No, I'm all about green. I don't love. Is this your color? Is this your color palette?
Yeah, that's just a test. Yeah, it's just a test. Yeah. But using some a little bit of pure white and a little bit of the black marks, I don't know if is that too much?
No, I like it.
So you think should I play with that a little bit on the Pisces one?
I don't think you need any green. You have green. I mean, you mix blue and yellow already. I don't think you need green.
So, okay, so don't change the color palette.
I mean, if you have blue here, right? So what I would do is I would just add more light blue over this blue. Leave the blue there, like either with, you know, with encaustic or with very watered down encaustic or pigments. But then it looks like you have yellow on here. So if you add yellow to blue, you're making green anyway.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't add green on here.
So don't try to go for that abstract color palette for the first one. Just work with what I have here. Don't add, yeah, okay. All right.
I'm trying to picture where you could put the green. I mean, if you were going to put the green anywhere, you could put the green on like this, on this stencil and try it, see if you like it, but it might be too,
yeah, you're saying
it's gonna put it on, it's gonna pop it into the foreground, which is, I'm not sure if that's what you want.
Yeah. No, I like the idea of having it monotone with the orange.
Try the graphite gray and the light blue first, and if you want to put a little bit of green in there, try it. I mean, just do it last, so if you don't like it, you can take it off.
Okay. All right. Okay. That one, I just felt so stuck. It's like, I don't know where to go with this.
No, this one's close. I like it's close.
Cool.
You gotta fix this corner.
Yep.
And blend. I would make these a little bit orangey, and I would just make these
gray.
Yeah.
I see it now. I see that fish now. I can't like. I don't see anything else with the
It's
fish.
beautiful. I mean, I love that. I mean, for me, everything turns into flowers. So I just.
Now this one, I scrape back. I don't like this, but I just.
Is it flipped? Did you flip it?
Flipped her. I took out the urn. I decided I don't want her lying on her back. She's like, anyway, I don't know.
Okay, so I feel like one of the hardships with this one is like it's sort of like flowers in all directions. And I do this too, but I do flowers in all directions too, and I do flowers on top of flowers. But I feel like there has to be, in my head, there's like some logic, like some of them are fantasy and some of them are real, and maybe some of them are like, I don't know. So
there's nothing bringing it all together, you know, that just unify it. Yeah.
Well, okay, so let's talk about the most basic things, like where is she lying? She's lying down.
I don't know at this.
All right, well, hang on. I think the easiest way to handle this is to do this.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna actually take this into Photoshop. Okay. So to me, I would go and just try to make a horizon line. So look, I'm just gonna take like a burning tool.
Okay. Yeah, you know, it's going back to the basics.
So here's my horizon. So if I make my horizon line here, this is gonna help so much. So I don't even care. Like, you can whatever, leave everything that's there, right? But now here she's on the ground, right? So at least she's making contact with, like, you know, like something, right? So even just doing that, like creating sky and ground, just gives you something to like go by. And then maybe this is actually like water. This could be ocean. And then like this could just get lighter, right? So then this goes later, right? So where sky and ground, you know, then all of this just goes, I mean, that's fine. You can leave it all there. I don't have any problems with there being flowers everywhere. I mean, wait till you see my new work. You're going to be like, look, I would never say don't do it, because.
Well, I was actually thinking of putting in some more tissue flowers, but I just thought I'm going to stop. And
you can add more flowers, but I would, okay, so but are you adding them as like are you adding them like as ground, or, you know, cloud, like sky, like is it in her imagination? So technically flowers above her head, we're talking about imaginary. So if I were you, I would add more flowers like here.
Where?
Like on the ground.
Yeah. That's exactly where I felt.
And look, like these can be like growing out of her side right here. I mean, maybe this one is actually like a tree, like growing up. That's fine. But like these could be, you know, one could be here, kind of, you know, one could be here. They could be, she could be laying on them.
Yeah.
you know.
I mean,
Go ahead.
I scraped it back to try and get back to the original background, which I absolutely loved. I mean, I want to start again. I have another one of these prints of her, but and start again, position her in a better way, set up the horizon line, just do it different from the beginning. But I thought, I've got this, can I work with it at all? So you give me ideas how I can play with it. But I don't like the colors in this. I don't.
Well, right, but it's a good start. I mean, but the first thing I would do, I mean, look, this is just one example. I mean, we could have done the horizon line somewhere else. I think that what happens, I mean, I feel like I'm getting to know you better. And I think what I see you doing is getting an idea and then getting to a certain point and then not just, like you said, like not knowing which way to go next. So you got the idea of sort of adding those flowers, right? And then you added the color, but then you were like, oh, I don't know. I don't know what to do next. Like, so what I would do is you kind of need to be like your own advocate, right? You need to sort of be encouraging to yourself. So flip it around a couple times. I mean, the other way that I see this going is let's do it a different way. Let's do it.
Well, my original vision with the background, and I still like that. I think I just didn't do it. I want to redo it where she's lying down and then there are flowers all around her kind of in a circle. But I didn't, but even that, it
okay,
got,
so this is interesting. So I flipped the canvas, right? So watch the horizon line now. The horizon line is going to go, it's going to be, oh, sorry. Wait, it's going to be the green. It's going to be the blue in the sky and the green is going to be, right? So this is going to go darker.
So just play.
And I actually think I kind of like this one better, but again, like, maybe do stuff like this in Photoshop when you get stuck,
Yeah, that would help. But even so, I still have this original idea. So I'll play with this and I'll do some more with it, but I think I'm going to start.
And that's a baby. I mean, I actually really like this. You know what? And this is so, even the way you put these stencils on, this is so like garden. It reminds me of a garden, like, like rows of leaves, like if she's laying on a garden.
Yeah.
So like if your mind, this is something I can just suggest, like if you see stuff like that or you're thinking about stuff like that, Google pictures. I think I've tried to encourage you to Google pictures of what pops into your mind. I mean, to me, this image to me speaks of, it's like that famous Dorothea Lange photograph with the woman, the pioneer woman in the doorway. It reminds me of like trying to homestead or take care of your family, feed them. It talks about
that picture.
This reminds me of that, like the sort of, the challenges and the stress of trying to like feed your family. That's what this picture, and then like she's like totally overwhelmed. The garden is here. She can't deal with it anymore. Like she wants, escape.
Oh, and then she has the flower, in her mind. She's escaping.
Yeah. So, I mean, technically, you could put more flowers here. You could kind of just continue to do stuff that, like, single flowers in a row, as if it's like I mean, this. Oh wait, I didn't mean to do that. Like, hold on. I'm gonna go back to it. Let me see if I can. This is gonna be a weird Google search, but sometimes if I'm thinking about something, I can just. I don't know if it's gonna. But do you see?
Oh, I see the heart. Oh, I see what you're doing. Oh, cool.
Let me say vegetable garden. Hold on.
Oh, Gustav Klimt. Yeah.
Right. So it kind of reminds me of like this. Right. where it's kind of like it's going in like diagonal rows. You know, and again, like looking at source imagery of things like this, right? So that's like what a garden looks like. You know, maybe
okay, yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
So then you go back to this. Do you see? Oh, and not this one, right? Do you see what I mean? Like this is the horizon, and then they could be coming. The plants could be coming diagonally towards you. Right? I mean, and again, like I'm making this story up. I'm really going on and on and on about this, but you're the one. You're the creative person. This is your art. You're not only a painter and a photographer, but when you start mixing the two, you're sort of using it as a narrative.
Yeah.
Right. So having a better idea or having ideas about what it is you're trying to make something look like. I mean, take my picture just for one. I'm just going to use one more example and then we'll go to the next piece.
Right.
But I had a vision when I made the polo piece. I knew I wanted a picture of one of the kids in the program in front of the city of Philadelphia skyline.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So I kind of did all the things to sort of like hunter and gather to kind of get that imagery close to me. And then I literally had to make like 5 pieces, not even all the same, but I had to kind of just try different things in order for that piece to happen. Even though I knew in my mind exactly what I wanted, I couldn't just I had to let the other pieces happen too.
Okay.
But I also, you know, made that vision, which was, I was happy about that because I you know, knew I had a storyline and a narrative that I wanted to describe, and it worked out. I mean, I don't know if you have that much visualization or intention when you go into your pieces.
No, actually, I really, really like the background that I originally did before I started waxing it.
I remember you saying how much you loved that.
Yeah. So there's a part of me that wants to go back to that, but you're adding this other layer, and actually, this piece is very important. I mean, not this piece, but I mean, this image is important because it's part of another project that I'm doing. And so it does have a story to it. It has a narrative, and you're making me think about, well, how do I really bring out that narrative?
Let me just put it to you this way. Like when you're working and you're feeling stuck, go to the 1, 2, 3. So make one thing come forward, one thing go back, you know, and find your horizon. So it's just like, do the hierarchy thing that we've talked about in the past. So who's, you know, what's the most important thing? Who's the subject, right? And then what's the orientation? And then where's the sky and the ground? Right. Okay. So those 3 things, right? And I think once you establish those 3 things, you're kind of like up and running, like on the bicycle, you know, you're pedaling, and then you can go anywhere that you want.
Okay. All right.
And then you need to sort of just empower yourself to get up and on the bicycle.
Well, and like what you did is just try different things and just say, that's it. You know it when you see it. It's like,
right. And I need some little story, even if the story is all fantasy, a woman in a garden, like that's, you know, that's like usually a fantasy about flowers, you know, sort of this, you know, whatever these sort of like almost non-verbal fantasies are that I have, that's how I make the work. And then I kind of just, based on what I'm thinking, figure out compositionally what's making sense.
Yeah.
Like I love this picture, you know, and I like this collage a lot. My immediate reaction is to flip it.
So it would be lying down. She's lying down.
It would be, yeah, she would be.
I hadn't thought of it.
That's my immediate reaction, is to turn it on its side.
I didn't know that because the pictures of a woman twirling, so her hair is out. So I never thought of her lying down. Well, let's see what she looks like lying down. This is that picture I didn't like, and you said just scrape it back and it could be interesting. And I like what happened, you know, like the scrapey things.
My reaction is to go like that.
Wow.
And like she's floating in the sky or in the water.
There's no, there's no foreground background in this. Yeah.
Right, and I love all the sort of, I like the sort of random floating objects. Like honestly, like I would put like one more, like I feel like these flowers are also like in anti-gravity, you know what I mean? Like, or one more cloud up here. I mean, you could do either. These are like clouds to me.
Oh wow, I hadn't thought of it. I was just playing with tissue paper.
No, I actually really like this one.
Yeah.
I actually made a piece very similar to this like today. Like I really like the figure in the middle, in between these two worlds. I like that idea. You know, like Persephone or like
yeah.
This one I really like. I would definitely keep working on this one.
Okay.
Wait, one more.
Questions. Do the music notes, are they too strong? Ooh,
oh yeah, I would definitely make the music notes go. I would put something else over top of them. Like I mean, it's up to you whether you add one more flower or a cloud.
Okay. Some more clouds, flip it. What about color?
Do you look at Jerry Uelsman's work?
Remind me what the picture is.
Jerry Uelsman, he's a photographer. He's a surrealist photographer. I mean, your work is very surreal, and to me, it deals with like people, women, and nature and fantasy. Jerry Uelsman combined.
He does composites in nature.
Yeah, multiple pictures. Yeah.
Yeah. I do remember. Yeah, just amazing.
So like he would have like maybe a staircase up here or a tree floating. Like I don't know. Like you have to use your own. You have to use your own narrative to create your own fantasies. So you know. Wait, is that all your? It's like 6. Wait, is this all? Did we go through all your pictures?
Yeah, there's just the very last one. I just.
Oh yeah.
You told me to put some graphite gray to define the.
Oh yeah, I like it. Are you happy? I think it looks good.
Yeah, I like that change, and I think that's all it needs.
Yeah, her arms look much better.
I understand what you're saying. You know, and the graphite gray, there are several times you've told me to do that, and I get it. I keep forgetting it, but I get it.
It's for me, I almost can't live without it. Like, I feel like I need it to pop back detail that I've lost, or shading, or form. It's almost like being able to like kind of redraw into the photo. Yeah. I think this one looks great.
I like
it. I think it looks great.
Yeah, and I like the other one. I'm still working on the other butterfly one, but I'm working on it. It'll get there.
Yeah, I think this one looks great. I would call this one done. Good. For sure. And I actually really like this collage a lot.
I'm liking it.
Yeah, I really like this one too.
Oh, one other question with this one, the music one.
Oh wait, you want me to go back to yeah.
I kind of like working with white, but should I make it a yellow? Should I put some color, or should I just leave it pretty subtle colors like that?
One second, let me get back.
That one. No, not that one. The one after, the one with the music notes. That one, yeah.
I like white too, but I struggle with white. I mean, I put it in, I cover it up, I take it off, I put it in, I cover it. So, I mean, ultimately, I don't like too many forms that are bright white. You're going to have to figure out how to make her dress look 3-dimensional. Right now, it's working because it has like shadowy things here. So you're going to end up adding gray to it.
Okay.
I mean, once you start waxing, you're going to have to add, whites and grays to get it to work.
Okay.
What was your question of add yellow?
A little yellow.
Well, are you gonna add? There's wax already on this, right?
Oh yeah, because I embedded the tissue.
Yeah.
So
I would add one more element here, whether it's like maybe it's a cloud, the Tengucho, maybe one more. I think that the music notes are too strong. So you're either gonna need to wax over them or add another collage element to that other corner.
Yeah, okay.
It could be something small. It doesn't have to be humongous. Just you have to add something there.
Just right.
Yeah, and then I would paint it up a little bit more. I would add more of some color. I mean, it could be blue and green, blue, green around her. And then you're gonna have to paint your dress. Maybe the flowers have, I mean, I kind of like them black and white. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I should play with that because I could scrape it if I don't. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let me stop our
Okay.
recording.